Hey geeks, welcome to On the Comic Edge, episode 4, brought to you by CompleteGeekRadio.com. I'm your host, Edge, and there were a lot of great reads in my poll box this time, so it was kind of difficult to figure out just what to bring to you, but I think I got it figured out. I think I've got the cream of the crop, so to speak. Starting off with X-Men Legacy, number 245. This is Age of X, chapter 1. Some great art. I know there's some glare. I know there's glare, and there's really nothing I can do about that with the setup I have right now. I usually don't read X-Men Legacy. The characters aren't really popping for me. I just hadn't been able to get into it. It started off, when I first started reading it, it was about Professor X trying to find his memory, and it was boring. But I'll probably get back into it at some point. This is, a lot of people were thinking, oh, this is just, Age of Apocalypse chapter next and da-da-da. No, it's not Age of Apocalypse. What it is the X-Men in this universe, in this alternate universe, never came together and had to sort of, all the mutants were being hunted down because having the X gene became illegal, and they had to just sort of remove themselves from society and have a fortress, and they're currently being besieged, constantly being besieged by humans, and they have their own little society, their own little civilization going on, and nobody's really happy. The morale's really low. Magneto's at the head. Sorry, this is actually written by Mike Carey. And the art was by Clayman. And I gotta say, they're both doing a fantastic job with this. The lines are vibrant. There's a lot of good action in this. And we're kind of teased with a few morsels of who these people are, how they're different from their 616 characters. And why that matters. Why these different dynamics between these characters are going to be interesting, and the secrets that they have, and what's really going on. And it's kind of interesting. Obviously, throwing in, doing alternate universes can be done either really badly or really well. We're hoping that Age of X is going to be really good, because it's been, every second ad in a Marvel book for the last little while has been either this or Fear Itself, which comes out this month. Really excited about that, actually. But we'll talk about that another time. Really good comic. I would really suggest picking this up and sticking with it. Anything with the Age of X band on it is going to be fantastic. Let me see if I can find what's next. So January, we had the Age of X Alpha. I have that. Wasn't blown away. Chapter 1, which is this right here, came out actually at the end of February. Chapter 2, New Mutants 22, I still have to find that. March, we have Chapter 3 back in X-Men Legacy 246. New Mutants 23 is going to have Chapter 4. We have a one-off. Sorry, not a one-off. We have an Age of X universe also coming out in March. 5 and 6 are going to be in 247 and 24 of X-Men Legacy and New Mutants respectively. That's in April, as well as Age of X universe number 2. I think this is going to be a fantastic story, and I would urge you to go check it out. Moving on, New Avengers 9. We have Bendis writing and Mike Deodato doing art. I've been a fan of the New Avengers after Siege. They were, with everything that was going on in the Marvel Universe, picking up an Avengers book was kind of iffy. And Mighty Avengers sort of threw me off. New Avengers sort of threw me off. But here we have what is basically just sort of like a second team that is being funded by Steve Rogers. Formerly Captain America, obviously. And we have characters like Wolverine. When is Wolverine not on an Avengers team, really? He's on both Avengers teams as far as I know. This is being headed up by Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. We have Stephen Strange. We have Iron Fist. We have the Thing. We have a bunch of characters. Hawkeye, Mockingbird, Spider-Man. So a lot of really interesting characters. And what I love about Avengers comics is that they have that. Everybody has that rapport. There's those rolling conversations that even go through battle that I really absolutely love. And there's some good ones in here. The dynamic between the characters is what's really making this. Although the art is absolutely fantastic. There's a bit of there's two stories going on right now. One is Nick Fury being pulled off his sort of mopping up after the war, and being told, well, the president wants you to put together something called the Avengers Initiative. Ooh, what is that? We don't know. Well, we know, but and the second thing is basically, the second story is basically the character's going to get some, well, from what we understand, just actually they don't really go into why they're going after these people, who these people are, although the leader is wearing a lot of leather, and her name is Superia. Okay, so the story is a little weak, but between the two stories, we're seeing a symmetry. And this is probably going to go on for the next few chapters. Basically, what this is about is creating a team that works cohesively, a team that is more than the sum of its parts, you know. And this, it's a good story to tell. I think Bendis has a lot of experience with stories like this. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be something you want to keep track of. New Avengers 9. That's a great shot of Nick Fury right there. And who do we have here? Luke Cage, Wolverine, and does anyone not like Iron Fist in the white and gold? I kind of liked him in his olive green, but that's just me. I mean, I was a huge fan of the Immortal Iron Fist when that was running. I'm really sad it's gone, but I really liked that. And now he's in this white, like he's some sort of weird kung fu angel. Let's see if I can find a better picture of that. It's really weird. Anyway, I don't think I can quickly find a good picture of that. So that's something you want to keep track of. Sticking with the whole idea of team building, we have Annihilators #1. Oh, I was so looking forward to this. I love Marvel Cosmic, and I was really worried that things weren't going to go so well. Things were going to sort of get dropped after the Thanos Imperative. What's that? I have the paperback. No, it's not paperback. It's hardcover. Yay! I love hardcovers. This is a freaking fantastic event. Absolutely stunning. Go check it out. And if you like this, go back and check out Conquest. Go back and check out Annihilation. Go and Guardians of the Galaxy. All that good stuff. Go find it. Because Marvel Cosmic coming back in a big way. You have to look at this. Annihilators is sort of going to be the space-based Avengers. Okay, fine. But what do we have? Who do we have on the team? Okay, Silver Surfer, Beta Ray Bill. A lot of you may not be familiar with Beta Ray Bill, but he's sort of like a space version of Thor. We have, kind of difficult to do this. Gladiator, Quasar, who I absolutely love, and Ronan, the Accuser. All Alpha Plus characters. Big freaking hitters. I mean, these guys could just eat stars for breakfast and crap planets after lunch, you know. And that therein lies a few problems. The story, which is written by DNA Abden and Lanning. God, I love those guys. And the art's being done by Tan Egg Huat. It's sort of about what it's like to have too many, not just huge egos, because we have that, but too many huge hitters on the same team. I mean, there's a reason that Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor alone aren't the Avengers. They're the big three. They're the center. but everybody else congregates around them and fills out the cracks, because there's a lot of cracks between those three, which if you just read the latest Avengers or two, you'll see those cracks happening. We have some great characters here, some great personalities, but they're all very afraid of not just each other and what they can do, but what themselves can do. And then you have Quasar, who's the human amongst the bunch, who's already died a few times, and he's like, I don't know if I have what it takes to hang with these guys. He's not saying that, obviously, but he's thinking it. And he's like, I don't know what I have. I don't know what gives me the right to stay here, to be on this team of what they keep saying are the ultimate sanction against would-be threats against the universe. Very cool. Cosmo, the telepathic wonder dog, has sort of brought them all together in the spirit of the old Guardians of the Galaxy. What happened to the old Guardians of the Galaxy? Well, I'm not going to spoil that, but you should read this. What happened to a few other characters of the Guardians of the Galaxy? Well, we have a little mini story right here with Rocket Raccoon and Groot, which is some very interesting art. Not exactly what I would dig normally, but if you love Rocket Raccoon, you really need to check this out, because it's quite endearing and great story. But we have DNA doing some fantastic work on Annihilators. Huat doing some pretty good art, very expressive. You usually don't see expressiveness on this level with a not a cosmic title. That's not what I want to say. Just with a mid-range title, you don't really see some big artists being brought in, but this is some good stuff. Really good expressions with the body language and the angles and the facial expressions. There's another character, Icon, the one chick on the character, right? On the roster, and she's not what you would normally expect. I mean, I really enjoyed the female characters on Guardians of the Galaxy. We had Mantis, and we had Moondragon, and we had Phyla-Vell. None of them really stood out. I have a feeling Icon is going to be really, really interesting. And she's already, as soon as she shows up, she already is kind of being a bit of a shit disturber, and tossing a few people around. Tossing these guys around? Are you kidding me? Yeah, tossing them around like rag dolls. And putting a bit of a psychological hurt on them too, because she's basically telling them, you're all punks. You don't know what you're made of, and this isn't going to work until you grow a pair, which is true. But again, read the comic. That's about it. I think I sort of brought you three comics and one trade, but absolutely all wonderful reads. A lot of good stuff coming up. Hopefully I can get to the comic store again after this Wednesday, although I think I have another trade to bring you for the next issue. This should be interesting. I haven't read it. I don't know what to expect. Big expectations. Hopefully I won't be let down. Hopefully. We'll see you in the next issue. Again, thank you for watching On the Comic Edge, brought to you by CompleteGeekRadio.com, and see you next time. Stay geeky.